Congress Meow Kiko Barzaga suspended ng Kamara. Anong mangyayari kung binoto ng tao ang isang political dynasty heir with some kind of probably meant with a very unserious and a happy-go-lucky media presence? You know, like me.
The committee finds Respondent Representative Kiko Barzaga of the 4th District of Cavite guilty of disorderly behavior by violating Section 141A Rule 20 of the Rules of House of Representatives, 4C of RA 6713, or the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees, and by engaging conduct unbecoming of a member of the House, and recommends the imposition of the penalty of 60 days suspension from office without the benefit of salaries and allowances during the period of suspension, with a stern warning that repetition of similar misconduct will result to a more severe disciplinary action. In addition, Mr. Speaker, the committee recommends that the respondent Barzaga be directed to remove all 24 social media posts subject of this case within 24 hours from adoption of this report in the plenary.
Siguro isipin nyo, etong parang hindi siya serious, di ba? Yung mga taga-etivac siguro ang bumoto. To which, you're right.
Girl, alam ko ikaw ay taga-dasma at gusto mong mapaganda. Kaya sa darating na botohan, put si Barzaga. Alam ko ikaw ay taga-dasma at gusto mong mapaganda. Kaya sa darating na botohan, put si Barzaga. Buboto ako, gusto ko Barzaga. Buboto ako, gusto ko Barzaga. Sa darating na botohan, put si Barzaga. Prince of Dasma, siya si Kiko Barzaga.
Sinuspindi na si Dasmariñas Representative Kiko Barzaga dahil sa hinaharap niyang complaint over his social media posts. Yes, you heard that right. Social media posts. Now, hindi ako fan ni Barzaga, pero this is stupid. Now, this all started nung lumabas siya sa kanyang partidong NUP over allegations which, turned out to be true kasi nga kumampanya siya na paalisin si Romualdez sa pag-speaker. Bagito ka tapos gusto mo agad maging House Speaker ka.
But me, I'm a very open person. I'm telling this now. I'm going to take Speaker Romualdez's speakership, and I hope Majority Leader Sandro Marcos won't hold it against me or won't stand in my way. Thank you, everyone. Wait lang, medyo kinakabahan pa ako. Okay, game.
After then, and a few social media posts later, House Deputy Speaker Reynaldo Puno filed a complaint, an ethical complaint, over potentially inciting violence at even sedition made by our Congress Meow, Kiko Barzaga. Kasi nga sinabi niya sa Facebook page niya, pwede bang magdala ng airsoft gun ang mga rallyista dahil lugi naman sa mga polis na may dalang tear gas, tunay na baril at riot shield sa kinakasang protesta sa Luneta at EDSA and even Mendiola noong September 21. Which is, tame. Kumbaga, wise pa nga yung pagsabi niya na airsoft at hindi tunay na baril ang idala. Pero that's besides the point. Talagang parang snowflake ba ang mga nasa Kongreso? He also alluded to na kung susunugin man ang batasang pambansa kung saan nakalagay ang Kongreso and, congressmen, senators, bigyan sana sila ng oras para ma-evacuate ang mga workers at mga importanteng dokumento, expressively omitting the congressman. He also sarcastically posted na huwag niyo sunugin yung House of Representatives dahil may privileged speech pa ako sa Lunes. But it's funny. I'm not a fan of his, unserious demeanor, pero that's funny and I don't think that's really inciting violence. He didn't call for we're gonna march down to the Capitol and we're gonna big beautiful march and he's not Trump.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
It's also around this time na he pivoted from a kabataan darling to a DDS darling dahil nag-umpisa na siyang umepal sa talking points ng mga Duterte as he jumps ships away from the lame duck BBM to the soaring Sara Duterte, yung Agila, possibly to fetch some support from the DDS camp. And you know, even yung mga kakampings and the progressives actually like this na inaatake niya si Romualdez. He made so much noise na even Sara, his, probably hero, was asked kung pakawala ba ng kanyang pamilya si Barsaga sa sobrang ingay at paepal niya na para bang bara-bara, parang populist, katulad ng, you guessed it, tatay niya, and even siya, and you know what, buong pamilya nila.
Ang example ko na lang dito ay, unang-una, yung mga magulang niya, hindi uniteam yun si Kiko Barsaga uniteam. Hindi yan nakikinig sa mga magulang niya, ibig sabihin. Diba? So bakit yan makikinig kay Sara Duterte? So no, I do not control Congressman Kiko Barsaga. He is his own person, he has his own principles, and he has his own free will.
He had the support of the vaguely political progressives noon. Pero dahil sa kakengko yan, pagsama sa Forbes Park rally, kaso nga lang mali siya nang napuntahang subdivision, nagdiretsahang organisado ng Duterte supporters, which is expressively and only criticized Marcos. Kasi nga, yung mga Duterte supporters ayaw sumama nung September 21 protest kasi nga binabash din nila si Sara over the confidential funds and yara. Nainis pa nga sa kanya yung mga DDS vloggers kasi nga bigla ring umalis. Sinabi niya, I will die fighting for my country. Tapos, umuwi siya, naglaro ng video games. Tapos,
so sa akin, Kiko Barsaga, since nagsasalita ka naman, itodo mo na. Samahan mo ng aksyon. Kasi kung puro salita ka lang din, wala kang pinagkaiba sa mga kasamahan mo dyan sa Kongreso. Naintindihan mo?
sa sobrang late niya sa paglalaro ng video games, hindi siya naka-attend sa ethics committee hearing na final laban sa kanya.
But why were you late, sir? Why were you late?
We're very busy last night.
About, sorry.
I was just playing games on my computer.
That's why you were late po. And
Yes.
weren't able to attend your ethics.
Yes.
Okay.
Na-late siya sa hearing niya ngayon kasi nag-computer game siya daw nung gabi. Yung gabi na rin yung may rally. So, ibig sabihin, dumaan ka ng rally, nag-meow-meow ka, tapos umuwi ka, nag-computer ka na lang. Tapos yung mga estados mo, Marcos will have no choice but to declare martial law.
Nang nagkakaroon kasi nung mga panahon leading up and around the days of the protesta ng mga leading reformist figures, yung mga kakamping, pumili na sila ng Vico Soto from Pasig. And kahit na ganyan si Barsaga, they're kind of claiming him, pero not in an arm's length, basically. Pero, the DDS concocted a Unipink Force team-up raw for the 2028 laban sa puwersa ni Sara. Tapos, pinasaringan pa ni Barsaga si Vico Soto na mga diskaya lang daw ang kaya niyang i-criticize. Mga diskaya lang ang kaya niyang habulin. Pero yung mga Romualdez, hindi. Kasi nga pinalitan ni Lacson si Marcoleta as the Blue Ribbon Chairperson na nag-iimbestiga sa flood control scam at tito niya at even ninong niya, si Tito Soto.
Tito Soto, hindi. Bads yan.
Bakit?
Well, he's very loyal to Romualdez. And that's all I have to say. No more comments on Vico Soto. Medyo nagagalit na siya. Baka mamaya may sabihin na ako. Biglang makukulong na si Meow Meow.
Dating sa akin kasi, para bang kauupo ko pa lang, gusto nila i-antagonize ko yung house. Bakit daw ako sumusunod kay Martin? Hindi naman ako sumusunod kay Martin. Pinagbibigyan ko yung request ng mga congressman na hindi naman illegal at hindi violative of any rule of the Senate or any rule of law. Ang iniiwasan natin is yung may kakausap sa kanya. Ang feeling ko, they wanted me to start on the wrong foot. Hawain ng House at pagbigyan itong immunity ng Diskaya. Ano itsura ng Senado? Kaya nga kami nagpalitan dahil nga nag-aalala kami sa reputasyon at integridad ng Senado.
Correct.
Diba? Pagkatapos, ganun ang gagawin nila.
Kasi nga ang sinasabi nila, kaya pinalitan si Chis Escudero kasi nga si Marcoleta malapit na kay Romualdez, or the very least, the Discayas have expressively put Romualdez and Zaldico in the spotlight.
Mr. Chair, sinabi ko na sa iyo, the interest of this committee is the impartiality, the objectivity. Saan mo kayo magbibigay ng opinion? Why did you choose, for example, Bryce over to this guy?
My opinion. You cannot question my opinion. Outside of this hall, you cannot question my opinion.
I am questioning your opinion because you are the chairman of this committee, Mr. Chair.
What's your opinion?
Ang mangyayari nito, so, mas credible si Bryce kaysa Diskaya. Bakit gano'n? Why are we trying to prejudge this?
Why are you so protective of the Discayas? Why are you so protective?
I am not protecting them. Mabuti sinabi mo yan, Mr. Chair. Pwede ba nating i-record ito?
Tapos, biglang nagkaroon ng kudeta sa Senado. So, ang sinasabi ni Barsaga, kaya lang naman napunta dyan si Tito Soto is kasi nga pinoprotektahan si Romualdez. At hindi kakalabanin ni Vico Soto si Romualdez kasi nga nakasalalay ang pangalan at posisyon ni Senate President Tito Soto sa approval daw ni Romualdez. Lalo na ngayon at parang pinoprotektahan na ni Marcoleta ang mga Diskaya. Nabaling ang inspirasyon ng mga DDS from Vico Soto to Baguio Mayor at dating vaccine czar ni Duterte na si Benjamin Magalong. Isama mo pa yung mga survey na lumalabas noon na nagsasabing may malaking tsansa at maliit na margin kung maglalaban si VP Sara Duterte na nadumihan na ng mga alegasyon ng korupsyon at ang napakalinis and reformist figure na si Vico Soto. Kumbaga, kalaban at mukhang magiging matinik at maliit ang margin ng paglalabanan ni Vico Soto at ni VP Sara Duterte. Tapos meron pa, sinabi pa ni Kiko Barsaga na dapat nang magsisid ang Mindanao at Visayas laban sa imperialistang Maynila at Luzon, mga Tagalog, mga Tangalog na inaagaw ang mga resources at yaman at taxes ng Visayas at Mindanao.
My fellow citizens, corruption has killed the people of Cebu. The national government has stolen too much from the people. First, it was only money and our national pride, but now we have reached the point where our corrupt politicians are directly taking human lives as well. There is no more hope for the Marcos administration, which is why, alongside Mindanao, I will call upon the people of Cebu and the rest of Visayas to join our calls for secession. Instead of having your taxes and natural resources exploited by the elites of the National Capital Region, let us instead create an independent government that truly acts in service to the people. Let us create a future for Visayas and Mindanao that is decided by their own people, rather than one dictated by Marcos and his political allies. Join us in making a better government. God bless Luzon, and God bless the Republic of Visayas and Mindanao.
Pero yun nga, ano yung sinasabi niyong imperialistang Maynila and all that stuff? Bakit nasa Maynila lang yung kind of progress? kahit na mas malaki ang nakukuha ng Visayas at Mindanao kumpara sa binabayad nilang tax revenue. Kasi sinasabi nyo parang napag-iiwanan ang Visayas at Mindanao. Nakakalimutan ang Visayas at Mindanao. Pero kung titignan nyo, mas malaki ang nakukuha ng Visayas at Mindanao, especially Mindanao, kumpara sa binabayad nilang tax revenue. Ang ibig sabihin, mas malaki ang binabayad ng NCR at mga karating lugar nito kaysa sa nakukuha nito sa gobyerno. Kung umalis man ang Visayas or Mindanao or both, ang kawawa ay ang Visayas at ang Mindanao. Even more so, Mindanao. Kasi nga maraming political and economical struggles na nasa Mindanao, lalo na at hotbed siya for terror and, to be honest, much more politically entrenched dynasties. Basically, sinusubsidiyihan ng Luzon, particularly just NCR, Central Luzon at Calabarzon ang bumubuo ng mahigit 60% ng GDP natin. Compare mo yan sa less than 50% ng tao na nasa Pilipinas. At isa rin yan sa mga talking points ng mga Duterte. Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo adjacent si Barsaga sa mga Dutertes, or the very least, gusto niya ng boto or ng suporta na nakukuha ni Vico Soto from the Kakampings, pero from the Duterte supporters. Kasi ganun naman talaga sinasabi. Kaya nga ang sinusulong nila, federalismo, kasi nga daw masyado raw malaki ang hawak ng Maynila sa buong bansa. Sa federalismo raw, each one or each province for themselves. They just don't realize na marami sa Mindanao, Visayas, and even parts of Luzon is subsidized by the population at economic activity na nasa Maynila. At kung isipin natin yung GDP share ng NCR at ng Luzon, or ng even just NCR, Central Luzon at Calabarzon, kulang-kulang sa binibigay nilang pera. Kumbaga, they give more than what they receive kumpara mo sa Mindanao or Visayas or even Luzon, na malamang sa malamang nakakakuha ng mas marami kaysa sa mga tax na nakokolekta ng gobyerno. Pero I'm getting off topic, and to be honest, ang totoong rason kung bakit talaga may ganyang disparity is the provincial rate. Lalo na yung, yes, I admit, uneven economic development, na talagang nauuna yung Maynila sa development ng kanilang mga infrastruktura. Pero kung isipin natin, yung infrastruktura dito sa Maynila, walang kwenta. Tignan mo sa mga capital city, marami ang linya ng tren. Pero sa atin, ilan? 3? Tapos iilan lang ang mga bagon? So hindi kalaban ang Maynila. Ang kalaban, yung mga binoboto, yung mga presidente, yung mga walang pake at binibigay lang yung bare minimum, and hindi nga bare minimum, yung 3 linya ng riles, ng roads na to. Kasi hindi naman talaga Maynila ang problema. Hindi kalaban ng Visayas o ng Mindanao ang Maynila o even Luzon. Kasi ang kalaban, yung mga hinahalal natin sa pwesto na walang pake sa infrastructure na pangkalahatan. Yung talagang wholesale ang pag-improve ng ekonomiya. Kahit nga si Aquino, kahit na mataas ang GDP growth rate natin sa kanya, yung average, kinikriticize kasi nga sino ba ang pinakamalaki or pinaka-naapektuhan ng growth ng Pilipinas? Di ba yung mga mayayaman lang din? Yung mga politiko na contractor din, yung mga politiko na may businesses din. So hindi kalaban ng Visayas o ng Mindanao ang mga Tagalog. Hindi kalaban ng Visayas at Mindanao ang Luzon, at mas lalong hindi kalaban ng Visayas at Mindanao ang NCR, Calabarzon at Central Luzon. Lahat tayo nagdudusa sa mga pinaggagawa ng mga ukinab na nasa pwesto. Ito lang naman ang tanong. Deserved ba ni Kiko Barzaga itong suspension? Probably. You know what? Definitely. Pero ano ang pinapakita ng House of Representatives sa ginagawa nilang ganito? Inaatupag nila yung mga social media posts nitong bagitong Nepo baby na talaga kung isipin natin has no business being a congressman. Pero yung mga hinaing ng mga mamamayang Pilipino, wala silang pake. Or at the very least, they are slow to respond. Yung calls for a higher wage, hindi marinig-rinig. Reforma sa sistema ng politika at ekonomiya fell on deaf ears. Kasi nga ang inatupag nila, yung surprise, si Kiko Barzaga. Sure, deserve niya na masuspend sa House of Representatives. Pero siya ba dapat yung uunahin natin? Their priorities and attention does not align with the people's demands of accountability, transparency, and honesty. Let he who does not have sin or ethical misdemeanor graver than him cast the first stone. Yung marami dyan, ang laki ng nakurakot. Yung iba siguro dyan nakapatay na. O kaya naman naging dahilan ng pagkamatay ng ibang tao. Nakapag-exploit ng workers. Nakapag-exploit ng voters. Nakapag-exploit ng kanilang constituents. Pero bakit si Barzaga lang, di ba? Bakit si Barzaga lang ang na-filean ng ethics complaint? Kasi, and you know, this is not DDS talking, especially me. Hindi ako DDS. Pero syempre, pinapatahimik nila si Barzaga. Asungot, maingay, at madalas childish. Kumbaga, hindi siya ganoon ka methodical. Hindi siya ganoon ka safe sa mga pinagsasabi niya. Kasi nga, bagito, Nepo baby pa. Yes, he is childish. He is unprofessional. His demeanor does not have the je ne sais quoi, the decorum befitting a congressman. But so does 75% of those in Congress. But if he is to be suspended, and you know, I believe that, you know what, if the Congress deemed him to be needing suspension, I don't care. All I want is that I move that we set the same standard all across the board, lalo na sa mga open secrets at tinatagong lihim. Sooner or later, at least 75% dyan sa Kongreso ang mawawala. This is not a pro-Barzaga, nor is it pro-suspension. Pero ito sinasabi ko, this is not a pro-suspension, like fuck him. Pero also this is not, you know, pro-Barzaga. Kasi kung titignan natin, yung mga pinagsasabi ni Barzaga, yung mga posts niya with the women's legs around his body, like, yes, he is definitely deserving of suspension kasi nga, he's a fucking weeb. He's a fucking gooner. Pero, is that really the most unethical thing? Kasi ilang beses pa lang ba nasa-censure o na sususpende ang isang kongresista despite the scandal-ridden House of Representatives and even Senate? Bihira, and even rarer than a blue moon. He probably deserved the suspension. He is childish. He is unprofessional. Wala siyang je ne sais quoi, as I said earlier. Pero I move that we set the same standard all across the board, lalo na sa mga open secrets dyan sa House of Representatives at yung mga tinatagong lihim. Kasi sooner or later, kapag lahat ng yan na-filean natin ng suspension, Ang video clip na ito ay galing sa aking series ng News Remember the Recap. Check the entire videos for the complete weekly news recap and subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date sa mga local at global news na I'll make sure would be interesting to you. Particularly you, whatever your name is. Hindi ko alam, sorry. Salamat sa panonood mga ka-farmy. Like, subscribe, follow me like sa socials and avoid Joseph that will be linked down below. So susunod, of course. Paalam.